What's the problem?
Thank you very much. Basically, I think we have had the opportunity to talk about this. And I'm sure you will recall that somewhere 2 weeks ago, it was a Sunday. That means last Sunday, 2 weeks ago, RICO had the opportunity to explain in detail what they have done to strengthen the transmission network. And it was addressed by one of their top managers, top directors, Engineer Mark, at the Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Information's conference room. It was a Sunday, and he explained in detail all the major transmission systems that they have built. On the Monday, almost all the newspapers carried it, and the TV stations were also awash with that information. And I'm sure most people will attest with that the system was very stable. We're having reliable, quality, safe power for everyone. Unfortunately, immediately after that, when the newspapers had published this in detail, the Tuesday, they had a major problem at Abuazi Power Authority. And the whole nation more or less had a system collapse. It was level, I think, Pokwasi that didn't experience that. So they were dealing with that challenge. When on the following day, that was a Wednesday, that will be tomorrow's 2 weeks exactly. They had a situation where a telco mast fell on their lines and collapsed 330 kV tower lines at the Bogoso. Now, this was a major blow because the line had been stabilized and work was completed and everything was ongoing. And two huge 330 kV tower lines collapsing at the same time was a blow. So quickly they came up with a release. And the release simply said that this was a challenge that had come unannounced, and they had to deal with that immediately. So they said the release, I'm very careful, said that they would try and reinstate the tower line within the shortest possible time. And mind you, this tower line is the one that comes to Kumasi. You see, the tower line that comes to Kumasi, so between Bogoso and Kumasi, that's the Western Enclave, we are having these challenges. So every evening, when we are supposed to have our peak load time, the peak load time usually is between 6 o'clock and 10 p.m. When we almost everything is up and working, that is where the challenge is. Because the line is collapsed and they have to work on it. They can't get a full load to us. So they have to trip off the system through the automatic frequency load release system so that at least the system can be stabilized. Otherwise, the whole region would not have power. And not only us, Ashanti region, Western region, and then the middle belt up to the north. So this is the challenge, and we are hoping that sooner than later, as they said, they will be able to reinstate the two tower lines, and then we'll have a peace of mind. So basically, this is the problem.
Now, when you talk about sooner than later, that is not enough for somebody like me and, of course, my listeners, because we want to have specific timelines to it. We'll come to that shortly. But do we know the extent of damage to these lines as a result of the mast falling on it?
Well, it's huge, but it will not be in ECG's operation to know how much it will cost. But definitely it will cost a lot of money because they have to rebuild the line. Because if you watch